Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809 in a log cabin on Sinking Spring Farm in Hardin County, Kentucky. He was the second child of Thomas Lincoln and Nancy Hanks Lincoln. His family was modest, and Lincoln's early life was marked by frontier hardships. The Lincolns were a deeply religious Baptist family, and their beliefs influenced Lincoln's values and character. When Abraham was just 9 years old, his mother Nancy died of milk illness, a common illness on the frontier caused by drinking contaminated milk. The death of his mother had a profound impact on young Abraham. His father remarried the following year to Sarah Bush Johnston, a widow with 3 children. Sarah became a loving stepmother to Abraham, and the two developed a close bond. Lincoln had little formal schooling, with estimates suggesting he had about 18 months of education in total. However, he was an avid reader and largely self-educated. He borrowed books whenever he could, reading everything from the Bible to Shakespeare. His favorite book as a child was The Life of George Washington by Parson Weems. In 1830, the Lincoln family moved to Illinois, settling in Macon County. The following year, Abraham moved to New Salem, Illinois, where he worked as a flatboatman, store clerk, and a surveyor. He also served as a captain in the Illinois militia during the Black Hawk War in 1832, although he did not see combat. Lincoln first ran for the Illinois General Assembly in 1832 but was unsuccessful. However, he ran again in 1834 and was elected as a member of the Whig Party. He served 4 terms in the Illinois legislature from 1834 to 1842. During this time, he studied law and became a lawyer in 1836 after being admitted to the bar. In 1842, Lincoln married Mary Todd, a well-educated woman from a wealthy Kentucky family. The couple had 4 sons: Robert, Edward, Willie, and Tad. Only Robert lived to adulthood, with the other 3 sons dying young, which deeply affected both Abraham and Mary. In 1846, Lincoln was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, serving a single term from 1847 to 1849. During his time in Congress, he was an outspoken critic of the Mexican-American War, which he viewed as an unjust war of aggression. His stance was unpopular and he chose not to seek re-election. After his time in Congress, Lincoln returned to Illinois and resumed his law practice. He gained a reputation as an able and honest lawyer, earning the nickname Honest Abe. However, the passage of Kansas-Nebraska Act in 1854, which allowed for the expansion of slavery into the territories, drew Lincoln back into politics. In 1858, Lincoln ran for the U.S. Senate against Stephen A. Douglas, the architect of the Kansas-Nebraska Act. Although Lincoln lost the election, the debates between the two candidates gained national attention and helped to elevate Lincoln's political profile. In 1860, Lincoln was nominated as the Republican candidate for president. He won the election in a 4-way race, largely due to his strong support in the northern states. His election prompted several southern states to secede from the Union, leading to the outbreak of the Civil War. Lincoln's presidency was dominated by the Civil War, which began in April 1861 with the Confederate attack on Fort Sumter. Lincoln faced the enormous challenge of preserving the Union while navigating the complex political, social, and military landscape of the war. One of Lincoln's most significant acts as president was the issuance of the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863. The proclamation declared that all slaves in Confederate-held territory were to be set free. While it did not immediately free all slaves, it fundamentally altered the character of the war and set the stage for the eventual abolition of slavery. In November 1863, Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address at the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The brief but powerful speech redefined the purpose of the war, emphasizing liberty, equality, and the principle of a government of the people, by the people, for the people. Lincoln was re-elected in 1864, defeating Democratic candidate George McClellan. His second time saw the final defeat of the Confederacy. On April 9, 1865, George Robert E. Lee surrendered to George Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse, effectively ending the Civil War. Just days after the surrender at Appomattox on April 14, 1865, Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, a Confederate sympathizer, while attending a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Lincoln died the following morning, making him the first U.S. president to be assassinated. Lincoln is remembered as one of America's greatest presidents. His leadership during the Civil War, his efforts to end slavery, and his dedication to the principles of liberty and equality have left an indelible mark on American history. The Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. stands as a testament to his enduring legacy.